Welcome back for Giovanni's Guide to Settlements in Fallout 4, Part 2. On this one, we're going to take a look at 4 different things. First of all, setting up your base, getting settlers into the base for number 2, and that is also part of number 3, which is extending the range, which is a recap of the previous video. And then number 4 is supply lines. So, let's go ahead and jump into this one and get the ball rolling. Welcome back to part 2 of my guide for settlements in Fallout 4. In this one, we're going to take a look at when you first begin the settlement and how to really get it going, build it up, and then establishing supply lines. So that at the end of the video, you're going to see how once you've got a few settlements, you're going to set up supply lines on them and really help yourself out further, which I talked about a little bit in the previous video. And, you know, if you watched through that one, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you subscribed, I love you even more. You're freaking awesome for subscribing. Anyway, let's jump into this, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at first at setting up a settlement. So, I am currently at the Starlight Drive-In, which, when I first started here, I had 0 people. Now I have 2 with 40% happiness. Those 2 came simply because I went up on the roof area here and set up my little power generator and the recruitment beacon or signal, whatever you want to call it. So that's sending out the signal now and recruiting people. Now, for those that did not catch the previous video, to get people to actually come in, you can't just throw up the recruitment beacon and be done with it. That only has a very limited range. So you need to end up, you know, exploring the map and finding these radio towers that are scattered throughout the world. You're going to go to the radio towers, use the terminal, and activate the radio tower, and that will extend the broadcast out of every one of your settlements, and therefore giving new settlers the option of where they want to go to. So, I mean, in the long run, it really doesn't matter which settlement they pick, which one they decide to go to, because you're just going to end up using all of them that you end up wanting to use and doing the trade routes between them and making you even better in the long run. You know, you're going to get more coming in, being able to get more supplies. You can have doctors and merchants and everybody else in each one of your settlements, so it gives you more options throughout your gameplay. So anyway, jumping right back to this. First, you're going to set up your recruitment beacon. Simple as what I just did up here. All you do is throw down your power generator, throw down the recruitment beacon, hit Y on the generator, and throw it up to the recruitment beacon to supply power to it. And then just make sure the little green light is on the beacon. That way it actually sends out the signal. And there's one of my settlers that are just staring at me. Then I did a prefab house here just so I could have a place for them to go, and I tossed about 4 beds in here. That way, now they have somewhere to sleep. Now, on top of sleeping, we're going to go back in. And it left me right there where I was before. We're going to go to Resources, Water. You know what? We're going to chuck a water purifier in there. That way it purifies that water a little bit. And then we're going to get us a couple of water pumps going. And it really does not like the ground out through here. We'll try over here by the actual building. There we go. There's a nice little spot right there for one. Okay, I now have 6 water. That's not too bad. Let's see if I have a spot over here somewhere where I can throw one. Right there. Alright, now we have 9 water. And then for food. Now food you will just randomly collect while you're playing, so, you know, don't stress out over, oh, I don't have any food. Just play the game. You're going to end up getting food supplies that you'll be able to use. And then the trick is, in a place like this, you actually have to find a place to actually put the food. And then we're just going to run along here and drop these down. I have some corn. Oh, look at that. I leveled up just from planting food. Now, you don't want to use all of it, really, because, you know, you're going to end up doing more than one settlement. Okay, that's good enough for now. We have no food still, even though it's planted. That's because we don't have anybody assigned to it. So, while in the construction mode, go up to one of your settlers, hit Command, and then just go over and tap Assign. And you heard her say, okay. This resource is now assigned. Now we have somebody working the farm and gathering food. And you can see when I highlight her, it highlights which one she will also be working on. Oh, we're going to go ahead and tear down some of these trees too. Okay, so now we've got a place for him to sleep, we have food, and we have water. Now let's jump into your actual stores and the supply lines. This is where it's going to benefit you in the long run. So let's go ahead and do stores, and you can see you've got quite a few options here. We're going to do a trader. As you can see, I don't meet the requirements for the third one. So we'll set up the second one though. And now you can see it still requires a person. So our other settler here, we're going to command.
Got it.
And now it's the resource is assigned to them. Okay, now since I only have 2 people here, it's not going to do me a whole lot of good. Because, you know, I mean, there's nobody else here that I can assign to other various resources. I do still currently have 0 defense though. So we're going to go into our turrets, and I'm going to set up baseline defense here. Just help these guys out a little bit, keep them happy. I kind of aimed that one right at that guy on accident. I did not mean to just drop it down right there. I'm going to back out there and then grab that one up. And that's the beauty of it too, is if you mess up, it's not a big deal. You can pick it up and move it, or just completely scrap it and get the parts back. Okay, we now have 20 defense, 4 beds, 5 power, 9 water, 6 food, and 2 people. That's not a bad start. So, backing completely out of that, I already have this one planned out. We are at the Starlight Drive-In. I am going to jump up to my Red Rocket truck stop. And by the way, there's going to be a little spoiler here. I do have 2 people at the Red Rocket that are followers that you can get later on in the game if you do certain missions and, you know, proceed through them properly. So I'm not really going to go into detail on those because I don't want to spoil too much for anybody. Okay, and as you can see here, I have a general trader here, and now I have one over there at the Starlight as well.
Yes?
Sometimes strong not understand.
someday.
I just want to trade a few things.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Yep. Alright, now that we're here, we're going to go back into the menu. Highlight the trader. You'll see for me, it's right bumper for supply line. For PS4, it would be R1 more than likely. But I'm going to hit right bumper for supply line. And I'm going to send him to Starlight Drive-In. And then it says assign supply line to Starlight Drive-In, and I'm going to confirm that.
Strong hope we find milk of human kindness soon.
And he's going to take off. Now, back in the map, you'll see left bumper for show supply lines. Now I have the Sunshine Tidings Co-op to Starlight, and then Starlight and Red Rocket are connected. Sunshine and Red Rocket, and then Sunshine and Sanctuary. So I'm going to go ahead and set up another one between Sanctuary and Red Rocket. So let me see, I've got more people at Sanctuary, so I'm going to go there and have somebody do a supply route from there over to Red Rocket. And then I'll have a decent supply line going between every one of those. Let's see if I can find somebody here. Okay. I can do without all these people working on these. Okay, why is it highlighting that? There we go. No, it's still just... There we go. Okay, this settler here will allow me to do a supply line. And I'm going to have him go to Red Rocket Truck Stop and confirm that. And then going back to the map, hitting left bumper. Now I have a good supply line going between all those. Abernathy Farm I have cleared, but 0 people there. So I could go there as well and go ahead and throw down the beacon, get some beds going and food and water. People will show up. And then I can set up a supply line for that one as well. And I do believe that's about it for this video. We have now covered, let's see, we went through supply lines, getting your base settlement going, what you need to do to really extend the range of the signals, that way more people come to the settlements.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls?
And yeah, that's really about it for this one. The first video had a lot more to it. Yeah, I'm sorry this one's a little bit shorter. But you know, there might be another one later on, so go ahead and drop a like on this video while you're here, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, because I know there's still a lot of people complaining online about Fallout 4 being fun, but no help whatsoever as far as, you know, making your own town goes and really getting things up and going. So that's what I'm doing these for, trying to help everybody out, and hopefully it works. You know, I'm still learning as well, so I don't have everything down to a T or, you know, an exact science, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not doing too bad. So, until next time, I'll check you later.